This video is brought to you by these YouTube members. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. Hello everyone and welcome to another tier list. This is the Mind Soul Reaper Killer tier list. 32 characters in this one. It's quite a bit. I think it's the second most I've done after the Speed Soul Reaper Killer one, which is kind of surprising considering in the last year we've only gotten 3. 3 Mind Soul Reaper Killers in the last year. That's it. It's surprisingly just how few we've had. Only Biaquia, Shuntsui, and Surse, whatever her name is, and she came out in February, so that's just kind of a barely. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. If you do enjoy this kind of video, do hit like on the channel, or do hit like on the video. It really does help out a lot. But yeah, let's get started with the arena version of Ichigo. This is a remake of the tech version of Ichigo, of the same kind of art. That one sucks. This one's a little bit better. It does have Frenzy. Unfortunately, he doesn't have the best range on strong attacks. This can't be resurrected. There's only so much you can improve this character. I am going to put him in D because he's not completely useless thanks to that Frenzy, but you're better off using just about anyone else. It's kind of a last resort character. Same with his Aizen. I think he was one of the, if not the only original character, like original character, who had a full screen special. So, there you go. He does have Frenzy, bleh, range on his strong attacks. Honestly, much like Ichigo, only use him if you absolutely have to. He can deal damage, but it's going to be very, very slow, and he's just not that impressive. Uryu also has Frenzy, except unlike them, he's complete garbage. His strong attacks don't have the range they should. He only fires 1 attack for his normal attack string. It's horrible. Honestly, bleh. They definitely need to remake him, though. It's the coolest design for Uryu, in my opinion. Definitely deserves a remake. Anyway, let's go ahead and continue with Oko. Oko actually has a decent range on his strong attacks, unlike these guys. It's not the best. Obviously, he's still a year 1 character, but it is actually pretty good. You can definitely still use him now, although it is going to take you a lot longer, and I recommend using, other characters. Still, a C character, decent range, Frenzy, not bad. Hyori Maru, a character that desperately needs a remake, one of the best looking Zanpakutos. He's really, really cool. Unfortunately, he's not that good in this game. He's got Bombardment, that's about all he's got going for him. Not that good a character. Hisago Maru, I hope I'm saying that correctly. Not good. Metal Exchange character cannot be resurrected. His link is like fire resistance or something. It's not good. It's not or something. It is flame resistance. It's not good. Okay, Yumichika. Yumichika actually has decent range on strong attacks similar to Oko. 2 killers, though we're only going to judge him for the Soul Reaper aspect of it. Though it is pretty good that he has 2 killers, Soul Reaper and Hollow. Like I said, good range on strong attacks. Does have Havoc, but only at 10%. Does have Frenzy, so, it's got that going for him. And yeah, secondary link is a strong tech recharge link. First primary link is, I believe, dodge rate, which, it's pretty good. So we're going to leave him to C. Okay, next up we have Yokotsu? Kyoketsu? This one. Decent character. Meh on stats. The thing about this character is her strong attacks, while she does have Frenzy, aren't that good. Her strong attack 2 is a Vortex move that, is kind of mediocre, to be honest. It's not a long-lasting Vortex move. It does come back after 16 seconds, which is nice, but it doesn't do that much damage. If anything, you're just delaying damage, which is only really good for bosses, and I wouldn't recommend using her against bosses. So I am going to put her in D, despite her having slightly better range than these two when it comes for strong attacks. Okay, next up we have Momo. I actually really, really like this character. Like, I would recommend you use her in some places still today. She's quite impressive. She's got 2 killers similar to Yumichika. Again, I'm going to judge her on the one. But she does have decent SP as well as Frenzy. She's also got a Vortex move, strong attack 2. All of her attacks can inflict debilitating burns, so that's actually really, really nice. It's also not a long duration one, although hers is actually pretty good because, it comes back after 16 seconds, and hers actually inflicts burn. Her strong attack 3, though, is quite impressive. It's got a 240 mag, which is the equivalent of a charge move when fully charged. You don't have to charge it, though. It's just a regular attack. Although it doesn't have that good a range, it still does a colossal amount of damage to anyone you hit with it. It's a really good character if you want to take out bosses. So I am going to put her in C. She is lacking in range. That's as far as she'll get. Okay, next up we have the tag team version of Soifon. I love this character. She's so much fun to use. Her strong attack 2 is a Vortex move. She can inflict debilitating poison. Unfortunately, she does not have Frenzy. And she's more of a normal attacker, and she's not even that good at that. Honestly, you can still use her, and I still have every time I just want to have a good time with the character. But I'm going to put her in D. She's honestly not that salvageable. Okay, next up we have one of the worst characters who became one of the better characters, especially when, one of the better resurrected characters. The original Ginjo. This guy has a high SP. He's also got Frenzy now, which is what saved him. Berserker at 20%, Bruiser at 20%, a low stamina damage Link, and now a strong attack recharge Link, which also helps saving him. He's got one of the better strong attack 1s in the game, a beam shot that has just really good range, a strong attack 2 that's near full screen, and a near full screen lunge move strong attack 3, which is kind of unheard of and very, very cool. Honestly, I'm gonna put him in A. He's a useful Link and now a very useful character. He's a very good character. There you go. Highly recommend you resurrect him and use him if you haven't. It's just really good. Okay, next up we have Aronniero. Aronniero also has decent range on his strong attacks. You would think they would have given him Debilitator when he got resurrected, but they didn't. He does have Frenzy though, which is nice. Can actually deal decent damage, though you're gonna have to wait a little for your strong attack since he doesn't have a strong attack recharge ability. He has strong attack damage Link as a secondary Link for 16%. It's not that much, but it's something. Still, the character itself is pretty good. I'm gonna put him in B, though probably on the lower end of B, but still B. He's still a solid character. You can definitely still use him. Okay, next up we have Ukira. I love this character. He's so good. One of the better Links in the entire game. Strong attack recharge of 12% and strong attack damage of 16% for his Links. He's also got Berserker at 20% and Frenzy, which is really, really nice. He's got a really useful kit with Havoc, a pushback strong attack 1, a a crawling vortex move strong attack 2, and a charge move strong attack 3. He's a very, very good character against bosses, and honestly, just for crowd control in general, he's really, really good. Solid character. His special can inflict debilitating burn. Honestly, I still use him now, and I use him for some of the harder Senkaimon stuff too. Very, very good character. Next up, we have Baragon. Baragon is similar to Ukira. I think they came out around the same time, either 1 month apart or in the same banner. I don't remember. Really high SP, debilitating weakening on all of his attacks, really good range on all of his attacks, though none of them all are full screen. Got Berserker at 20% when resurrected to go with his Frenzy, which is nice. Strong attack recharge for his Link, and 80% last ditch survival for his secondary Link. Honestly, solid character. We're going to put him here. I've already recorded this video once, so we're going to make some room here because you're about to see this fill up with a bunch of people. Okay, next up we have the White Zangetsu. So this guy needs a remake, just because I like him and he's cool. The actual character is still really useful. He's a really good character, really high attack as well as flurry. He's also got debilitating weakening on all of his strong attacks, which is very, very nice. His strong attack 2 is a vortex move that surrounds him. Really high chance of inflicting the weakening. His special has weakened defense, so it doesn't do that much damage, but with weakened defense, he can deal a whole lot more damage with his normal attack, which now has flurry. Pairs really well with his normal attack damage Link. Honestly, solid character, even by today's standards. Could deal a bit more damage, could have a higher bruiser, but I am going to put him in B because he could stand to have a higher bruiser and some better abilities, but still, just a really good character. Okay, next up we have the Christmas version of Rukia. I love this character, love her special, should never be skipped, how dare you. This character has a high SP. She's also got debilitating freeze on all of her attacks except for her strong attack 2. It's a barrier move. Her strong attack, her strong attacks didn't get a boost. Unfortunately, she didn't get Berserker. She got Bruiser at 40. I think it was at 30 before, and they increased her Bruiser as opposed to giving her Berserker. I don't like that. Either way, you can use her as a normal attacker if you have to. She's also got a full stamina damage Link of 20% and a secondary Link of stamina recovery, helping her heal if she were to take a little bit of damage. Would have been way better giving her strong attack recharge. I think it would have been better to be able to use that strong attack 2 more frequently as opposed to being able to heal a little bit. Still, really, really good character. I'm going to put her in B. She's good. She's good. Not much more I could say there. Okay, next up we have the Christmas version of... So the Christmas... the Christmas version of Yoroichi. Like every other Yoroichi, she can flash step multiple times. Unfortunately, she does not have long stride because Tech Soifun ruined that for everybody. She doesn't have long stride. She can still flash step multiple times. Easy to kind of go from one place of the room to the other. Also easy to dodge enemy specials. Really useful for that. She's also pretty good against bosses since her strong attack 1 forces the enemies back. It's also very, very likely to inflict freeze since they hit so many times. Strong attack 2 is a lunge move, and strong attack 3 is a full screen. She's also completely immune to being frozen herself. Honestly, really, really good character. I'm gonna put her in A. She's still a good character. She's still a good character. I'm sorry, not A, B. There we go. Close enough. Okay, next up we have Grimjaw, the frenzied version of Grimjaw. Now, this guy is not good by any means. The only redeeming quality he has is actually his Link. If you want to build a hybrid character, he's a pretty good character for that, since he's got a normal attack damage Link and a strong attack damage Link. For that reason alone, and no other, I'm going to put him in D, since it's the only salvageable thing about him. just the link. That's it. Okay, next up we have Kone. Kone has a really high SP. Long Stride, which is awesome because he can flash step 3 times. Not as much as Yoroichi, but the Long Stride kind of makes up for it. Was a lot better back when Guild Quest was, you know, the way it was before. Now it's not as useful, but still very, very useful. Beam Shot Strong Attack 2, Lunge Move Strong Attack 1, I think is how it goes. It's either that or the other way around, but I think it's that. And Strong Attack 3 is full screen. Honestly, solid character. I'd put him in B if it wasn't for Long Stride. Long Stride really helps him out. Plus, you know, weakening helps out with damage as well, so we're going to put him in A. Okay, next up we have the Tenza Zangetsu, the remake Tenza Zangetsu. This guy is kind of a double-edged sword, quite literally, because, you know, he is a sword. But anyway, he's a double-edged sword because he's kind of built to take out bosses, but at the same time, the laceration he can inflict with his strong attacks kind of doom him to fall to a lot of special moves, just because you inflict lacerate, you hit him with a strong attack 1 or strong attack 2 that are both meant to keep enemies away from him, but by the time they lacerate runs out, they're already close to you and they can hit you with a special. Still, really solid character. Vortex move, strong attack 2, hybrid crawling vortex move. Strong attack 1, like I said, pushes enemies back, and strong attack 3 is full screen. Not that much more after that going for him, aside from his beyond his 14% strong attack recharge link. We're gonna put him in B. We've talked about this Sangetsu already in the previous Soul Reaper Killer tier list. Basically, he's a good character who's probably going to be used as a link because his link is more useful than the character himself. Still, the character can be used. Solid character. He's going to be in B. And while we're at it, we're going to put this guy in A because we've talked about him as well. It's an uncommon version of Ichigo. Similar to Zangetsu. Standalone character. Is a solid character. You know, better than Zangetsu. Just a solid character, but you're more than likely going to use him as a link. Okay. Next up, we have the Can't Free Your Own World version of, or I guess the Beyond Bankai version, Beyond Resurrection version of Zayeloporo. I'm sorry, like I said, this is the second time I'm recording this, and I'm double out of breath. The Can't Free Your Own World version of Zayeloporo. Did I say Zangetsu earlier? Like I said, I'm losing it. Okay, this guy has a really high SP, Havoc on all of his attacks, pushing a strong attack 3 to be on full screen where it wasn't before. Poison on everything, which is really, really nice. Beam Shot Strong Attack 1, which with Havoc is really, really good. Crawling Vortex Move Strong Attack 2, which again with Havoc, really, really good. And a special, and you can resurrect the dead. You know, it grants protection. It's really, really useful. Definitely going to be an A. Really good character. Highly recommend. Okay. Next up we have this Ichigo. This Ichigo is very, very impressive. He's got Berserker and Bruiser at 40%. He's got the ability to hit hidden enemies, which is awesome, because it completely nullifies the need for his Zeta Pill. He's got Frenzy. His special completely transforms him, increasing the range of his attacks, which were already dealing a lot of damage thanks to Berserker being at 40%. Honestly, he's such a good character. He only lacks in range. He's severely lacking in range, does not have Havoc. His strong attack 3 is not full screen. But other than that, really good character, can resist Soul Reaper damage by 20%, which is nice considering this is a Soul Reaper Killer tier list. And he's completely immune to being paralyzed, which definitely helps. I'm going to put him in S, but it's probably going to be on the lower end of S because it's very impressive, but not like some of the other characters you'll see that will also end up in S. So that's where we're going to leave it. Okay. Next up, we have the Cacao Society version of Unohana. This character is also very impressive, can inflict debilitating freeze on all of her attacks, with the exception of her normal attack that can inflict debilitating paralysis, and I believe her special can also inflict debilitating paralysis. Her strong attack 1 is very likely to inflict freeze at close range. It's a 180 mag strong attack 1 that fires in 3 directions. At close range, like I said, highly effective. Her strong attack 2 is very near full screener. Strong attack 3 is beyond full screen thanks to her Havoc. She's also got guard break, which is very useful. Like this Ichigo, I'm also going to put her in S. Though like the Ichigo, it's probably going to be a lower S. It's really that guard break and the just amazing range and strong attacks. And honestly, amazing damage. Berserker at 20% on Frenzy is no joke. I know it's a lot higher now, but still really, really good. Okay, next we have Kirio. Kirio, like nobody else here, has a really high attack. I guess White Zangetsu has a really high attack as well as Flurry and Bruiser at 40%. Her strong attack 2 is also a boost move, and it's a heal move, which is very, very impressive. She's got Enhancer, so the boost lasts an extra long time, and she's got Healer, so the healing that she does to herself is increased by that much more as well. Poise means she cannot be interrupted. She's a ranged attacker, and she's got damage reduction at 16%. So she's barely even going to need the ability to heal, especially if you stack that up to 76%. Honestly, phenomenal character. A bit slow due to her lack of guard break, but very, very difficult to take out when autoing, and just if you use her as a support character, she's highly, highly effective. So she's going to go in S for sure. Okay, next up we have the Orient Society version of Nell. Now this Nell, also really good. She's got a really high SP as well as Frenzy. She's also got Berserker and Bruiser at 20%. A strong attack recharge link. She's also got weakening on all of her attacks. And when she's up against Heart Soul Reapers, she's very likely to inflict weakening. Of course, we're not going to base this off of a Heart Soul Reaper. It's across all Soul Reapers, so we're not going to count a lot of points for that, though it's still very, very impressive. Completely immune to being burned. Great range on strong attacks. Full screen strong attack 3. 2 lunge moves for strong attacks 1 and 2. We're going to put her in A. Though, yeah, I was going to say very high A. Pretty decently in A. Pretty comfortably there. Okay. Next up, we have Noel. Noel has a really high SP. She's also got Berserker at 60%, which is nuts. And she's got a strong attack damage link of 20%, bringing it up to 80% before Frenzy. She's also got Havoc, and she's got the best kit for a character with Havoc. A Beam Shot Strong Attack 1, a Strong Attack 2 that becomes very near full screen, and a Beyond Full Screen Strong Attack 3. She can also nullify ranged resistance, which is very useful. She's got 2 killers, Soul Reaper and No Affiliation. She does not miss out on Strong Attack Recharge because she's got an ability that is Strong Attack Recharge, and she's got Bruiser at 40%. Honestly, she's a very, very impressive character. I am tempted to do this. I'm tempted to do this, but only for a bit. Like, it's probably on the lower end of this category, but it's still there. It's the 80% before Frenzy is so impressive. So that's probably where I'll put her, but again, on the lower end of that. It's, you know, it's still got some stuff to work out. Okay, next up we have the adult version of Ichigo. Everybody knows how this guy is how impressive this guy is. He's got a really high SP, obviously, super high SP, strong attack recharge as a link, Berserker at 60%, Bruiser at 40%, Frenzy, his strong attack 2 is a boost move that's very near full screen thanks to his Havoc at 20, his strong attack 3 is beyond full screen, strong attack 1 is a beam shot. Honestly, you can use him as a normal attacker if you want, because his strong attack 2 increases his normal attack damage, and he's already got Bruiser at 40%. He's also got a damage reduction ability that decreases his damage taken by 16%. He can also hit, he can, read Soul Reaper dodges. He's completely immune to being paralyzed and weakened. His strong attack, his special can insta-kill, and he's got Bombardment, so it hits twice, doubling the chance of insta-killing, and if not, really dealing a heavy amount of damage. He's also got a secondary killer of Captain, which is a Soul Reaper, so I guess we are counting that. Honestly, amazing character, definitely deserves to be on this spot here. So good. Crazy that he can deal less damage than Noel, but he's got that boost move, so he's covered there. Still, super impressive. Oh, and he's got Marauder, which is nullify melee resistance and guard break in one, which just awesome character. Just leave it at that. Okay, next up we have the character whose name I always have difficulty pronouncing, so I'm gonna bring it up. Tsurushi. Whatever. Tsurushi has a high SP. She's also got strong attack recharge link, Berserker and Bruiser at 20%. If she inflicts Lacerate, which she can with all of her attacks, she inflicts 40% more damage, which is very, very useful. And she's got a very high, good chance of inflicting it against Heart Soul Reapers, which, again, really, really good. But yeah, great range on strong attacks. Doesn't have Havoc, though. Still really good. For that Laceration possibility and increase of 40%, I am going to put her in S. Well, I'd probably say it's on the lower end of S because, you know, Laceration is not guaranteed unless you're up against Heart Soul Reapers, and even then it's only mostly guaranteed. Yeah, probably that's where I'll put her. Yeah. Okay, next up we have Shuntsui. Shuntsui, one of the other characters that came out in the last year with the killer. It's only Tsurushi, Shuntsui, and Biaquia, believe it or not. It's crazy. Anyway, really, really good strong attacks. His strong attack 1 is a beam shot that has better range than most other beam shots. It's got just insane range. Berserker at 40%, a strong attack recharge link of 14%. Innervator for his innate skill, meaning that every 5 seconds he randomly inflicts weakening, which is very useful. He's also completely immune to being weakened, which is nice. Frenzy and Guard Break, Havoc at 20, which really helps out with his beam shot. His strong attack 2 is a Seeking Vortex move that, well, you know, Seeking Vortex move. almost guaranteeing inflicting weakening. His strong attack 3 is a charge move, which with Havoc is, you know, beyond full screen and just does a colossal amount of damage because of the weakening. And his strong attack, his special, in addition to dealing weakening and just hitting hard, also has a chance to insta-kill the enemies. Plus, he's a hard, you know, link potion character, which honestly I'm not going to count for anything on this, just because it doesn't really make the character any stronger. It's just really good to have. Definitely going to put him here. Really, really good character. And finally, we have Biaquia, the latest Mind Soul Reaper Killer character, and the first ever to have a 30% normal attack damage increase. It's okay. It's really, really good. Not only does he have this 30% normal attack damage increase on his link, but he's also got a 50% bruiser, bringing that up to 80%. And he's also got an ability that increases his melee damage by another 10, bringing it up to 90% before Flurry, which is just insane. And if it's in Guild Quest, it's an extra 20%. So it's like 120%, you know, before, or 111%, I guess. 110%. Jeez, I need to stop. 110% before Flurry, which is crazy. He's also got Poise, meaning he cannot be interrupted. His strong attacks come back faster because he has a strong attack recharge strong attack recharge ability of 12%, which is really good because his strong attack 2 is a vortex move that surrounds him. He's also got a Berserker at 60%, and with that melee damage up, it increases it to 70%, so strong attacks actually deal damage. Strong attack 1 is a lunge move, strong attack 3 is full screen, and he's got Marauder, which, as I mentioned before, is nullify melee resistance and guard break in 1, which is crazy. He's also got a 100% chance, like Ichigo, to hit, you know, dodging enemies, so he's got a Read Soul Reaper dodge ability, and he can dodge it himself. He's got a 50% chance to completely just dodge Soul Reaper damage, which is just insane. He's also completely immune to being weakened, and I really hope I didn't miss anything on this character because he's got a lot of stuff. Honestly, really, really good character. I do wish his art very much matches the original art style of Bleach, like the original, you know, from the anime. But it just kind of looks old, but in a good way. It's just, I like the newer version, the newer look of Biaquia better. Anyway, with that said, that's the video. I have recorded this twice, so if you did stick around, do hit the like button. It's a lot to record. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you don't agree, tell me what you disagree with in the comments. You know, obviously it's the internet. Not everyone's going to agree. It's just how it is. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Take care.